here. This is TDM. We're on that random mode. I don't know what I'm gonna get thrown into. So basically, this series is going to be about weapon range. Hey, buddy boy. I just fired. That was trash. Didn't hit nothing. So this is a good teaching point. Don't be in a hurry to hit a bot if you don't get a good shot, or not really get a good shot. If you're not really ready to take that shot on that bot, don't move, okay? Had to move too far, turn around, didn't click any buttons to target anything. Just lame-o. But if they're gonna stay up there on that hill, booyah, give them something to make them move back down. And we're just gonna move around. Okay, the Natasha has probably Tritons, okay? So Tritons are 600. You can see them over the top. They're gonna try and fire over the top. So they have Tritons at 600. They have the pins, looks like pins on it as well, which the 600 plus 500 pins are 500 meter range meters, right? So basically, and then two, knowing the cooldown. So as you can see, that's probably a RDB. And that's another thing. When you realize basically there's a couple of things. You want to know cooldowns on weapons. You need to know that for sure. This one's going to try and get his stuff, and yeah. Now, I am good when I'm ready, though, okay? I wasn't ready the first time. I was not ready that first time, but I was definitely ready that time. Anyway, back to what I was saying, weapon range. When you know the weapon's range, that gives you a good idea of what it is, even if you didn't see what fired. You know, basically, you probably will know what type of weapon it is, and you'll know if it's on cooldown. You'll know if they actually fired probably the majority of it. Some of it is guesstimation, right? When it comes to somebody unloading the Orkin, that's kind of guesstimation, because when somebody unloads the entire clip, you usually have an idea if they cleaned out their entire clip. If they just fire a little bit of it, you don't really have a good, you know, you still would have an idea if you saw them fire. If you didn't, see you later, pal. If you saw them fire, you'll know, okay? And that's the thing. So when we're looking around, I'm going to try and look for scenarios where I see another bot and they go to fire in on someone else. And, okay, we're going to get this Carnage up here. Hey, Carnage, keep running. Run as fast as you can. So somebody was on the, they were asking me questions on my YouTube. They were asking questions about this channel, or basically asked questions about a weapon. They were saying, you know, that the shock train had the highest DPS, which it could have it, because DPS is basically sustained damage. There's another one gone. It's sustained damage. So you want to know the difference between sustained damage and burst damage. So like, if somebody has sustained damage, that means throughout the battle, how much damage can they do? That means that bot may not, you may have 0 takedowns and have the highest damage in the game. That's how, or in that battle. That's a possible deal. And that's something you gotta understand. That could happen. But when it comes to burst is damage like what this thunder does and these pins do on this bot here. Burst on that bot is when I walk up, or basically when I hit this trigger, how fast do I, or let's see, how quickly am I going to do damage to your bot, and also how much damage am I going to do in that time frame? Okay, that's burst damage. That means when I pull, so example, the Treb would be one of the highest burst type damage. That means when I fire and it hits you, that one blast that I did, how much damage does that do and how long does it take? Almost no time, right? But the Orkin, it can remove you in one kick. Okay, it can take care of you in one kick. So that's the big thing about the Orkin. You hit when you pull the trigger on the Orkin, depending on what you're what's standing in front of you, it probably won't be standing there after the fact. And it just, you know, there's a couple of factors that come in play, right? There's a couple of factors in play, but the biggest thing is that the Orkin, when you take the Orkin, you pair it up with a pinata. That is a lot of damage in a short amount of time, okay? And that's what we call burst damage. The new Spectra that has 4 Orkins, the reason people say it's overpowered, because you can knock it down to 0 health. I mean, literally, put it down to 0 health. If it gets a chance to fire the clip on someone, I don't care what type of bot it is, unless you have a shield, and even if you have a shield, more than likely you will not be around, or you will be severely damaged if you take a full salvo from one of those, from basically 4 Orkans. I don't care what it is, what type of bot. Any bot in the game will almost be gone if it gets hit by 4 Orkans. Okay, that's just what it is. And so the reason being is because the Orkan unloads in this insane fashion. You know, I call it a buzzsaw. Have you ever seen somebody or been by where somebody cut down a tree and they have the machine where they cut up the tree with it, and it's like bzzz, and you just see the little tree stuff coming out and it just looked like little pieces, little chunks of I don't know, it's just little bitty chunks, like probably the size of your thumbnail. That's how much they cut it up. And this was a giant branch a few seconds ago. That's a buzzsaw. Okay, that's a buzzsaw. See that bot? They had a pin on there. That's the only way they can reach me from that distance. They had a pin on there. So knowing those things will help you tremendously to decide what you need to do. Do you need to move a certain way? Can you stay out in the open where you are? That's really what you're trying to decide, because let's see what this guy's got. Let's hit him. So I didn't take that lance out, right? And somebody say, why'd you waste that shot? I didn't waste it. The lance has a shield. The shield has so much damage it can take. I just put 3 MK2s, I think, at max damage on that shield. So I took a nice chunk out of the amount of damage that shield can take. Okay, that's why I did that. Okay, if it was from the side, I would prefer that more. Like, that was a side shot, but they turned. That was good stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and go for this Natasha, because they're putting pressure on my team. I think they're running Tritons on that too. Now the thing is, also there's animations that tell you what you're dealing with too. Okay, when you're looking at the battlefield right there, you're seeing yellow lights popping real quick. That's a Terran. If you see pink light real fast, more of a pink, bright pink color, that's gonna be a shock train. You see a glow, like what you see this thing blinking right here in front of me, looks like a laser. That's a laser. Okay, you see something that fires, it looks like it's like arcing like electricity, that's going to be more than likely a Zeus. Okay, if you see a bright light, like a long bright light that goes across the field really quickly and it goes a nice distance, that's a Treb. Okay, so knowing those different colors, you know, gives you an idea. Right here, this person get hit with splash damage. The more smoke you see, the more you know it's a splash damage type situation. The bot here that just jumped, that was a RDB, okay? Because the only way they could reach that bot over there was if they had 500 meters. Okay, they're injured, but that was 500 meters. Knowing those things will help you stay alive as well. So it's not just who you're in, like basically a engagement where they actually hit you good. It's also, they may have fired at you and you didn't really see what they actually fired, but also knowing what type of weapon it could have been. Okay, that's going to help you a lot. So example, if somebody fires, ooh, I know they hated that. Yes, sir, you did. Oh, they got my finisher. But anyway, the thing is, let's say somebody fires a Triton at you. Well, they fire a Triton, you may not realize it, but you may see these long smoke trails. You see long smoke trails after the weapon, and it was, you know, it does a lot of damage. You just see those smoke trails, and maybe you were like you wasn't close enough to it to really, or you shouldn't have got any damage, but you did. That was probably a Triton in most cases, if it's a heavy bot. Okay, some type of heavy bot. This person probably got long range to get me back. I told you. I told you. People come after me, man. They were like, "Oh, dude, you was having too much fun this match. I'm not feeling that." I'm like, I know, right? So the thing that can challenge me, if you looked at that, I knew that was a Nordstrom or it was a Kang Day, simply because you could see the shells come off of the bot and hit my bot. So that basically lets me know that was an actual, probably, it more than likely was a Nordstrom. It could have been a Kang Day, but you see the shells. I know the Nordstroms, you definitely see the shells. You can't tell it's highlighted anything like that. So anyway, let's keep it moving. This is volume number 2. Just talking about weapon ranges and doing our thing, man. 15 seconds. I think they said forget it. Anyway, this It's the Ghost. You enjoyed this video, slap that like button. Want to see more videos like this? Subscribe, bell notifications so you don't miss the next video.
Thanks for watching. Leave a comment if you enjoyed this video, and as always, choose like over death.